All right, Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. All right, so as you're waking up to the truth, you have to deprogram from America all the traditions, the customs, the brainwashing, right? You got this day, Salakia, known as so-called Father's Day, right? So these people tell you, give me 1 second, Salakia about that. So these people tell you when to jump, when to tie your shoes, when to go to bed, right? What to celebrate, how to celebrate it, when to do it, what time to do it, right? They've structured your whole life, and this be the so-called white man culture that you're copying. You copycat, Jake. Right. So let's get into this whole Father's Day / deprogramming lesson. Right. So this origin of this day comes from Edomite, and it really goes back farther into some dark stuff. Right. Right here, this Edomite woman was the daughter of American Civil War veteran William Jackson Smart and was responsible for the founding of Father's Day, right? So they go back into Edomite, right? So that's what Jake copied. They have culturally assimilated to this every bit of this culture to the T. That's why they do the Mother's Day. That's why they do Valentine's Day. That's why they do Thanksgiving, Christmas. They've been conformed to this world, right? They copy their customs and the traditions, right? But yet they'll say they believe in the Bible. Let's go here. And there's many different multitudes of enchantments, right, on Jake, right? So when I say enchantment, that means an enchantment is like if the day Father's Day and it make you feel some kind of way. It bring emotion out of you, right? So you got Jakes get pissed off because no one acknowledged that it was Father's Day, right? You got Jakes that are glorified on this day, right? So it's just different extremes, right? But it all go back into being enchanted. Your emotions being affected by these so-called holidays that mean nothing, right? These are the ways of the world. This is the book of Isaiah 47 and 12. Let's jump down. I love this scripture because it's so, this place got our people under emotional captivity, right? They're affected by this place, right? This controls their emotions. It makes them happy. It makes them sad. It makes them cry. We're unfazed, right, by this enchantments of this place. Isaiah 47 and 12, it says, stand now with thine enchantments. Enchantments was plural. There's multitude of enchantments, right? And with the multitude of thy sorcery. So there's many different sorceries as well that go on. You know what I'm saying? And it affects your mind, which affects your emotions, what affects what you do and you don't do. Right? That's why we say most of our people are under heavy witchcraft and brainwashing, and they've been programmed and they don't even know it. Right? It says, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so, thou shalt be able to profit. If so, thou mayest prevail, right? So this place commercialize everything and they push this coach on you and they groom you up as a child to be culturally assimilated, right, to this way of life. I'm gonna get into another scripture that goes into that. What is culture assimilation? So culture assimilation at the top is the process in which the minority group or culture comes to resemble a society's majority group or assimilates the values, behaviors, and beliefs, Christianity, right, of another group, whether fully or partially, right? So that's when you copy, you mimic, right? So if if everybody else is doing something and you doing it, right? So the so-called white man has set this culture up for you to follow, right? That's why it affects your emotions, your mindset, what you think and what you don't think, right? A multitude of dying enchantments, is many of them. You got people that think they can do whatever they want to do, and there's going to be no consequences to that, right? You got people think God is all love. It's a lot of them, man. You got these sayings in Christianity, they'll say, Jesus, take the wheel, right? And they say, won't he do it? Just all these different enchantments, this witchcraft that's been pumped on you ever since you came out of the womb. And you have to break that. That's just part of being reborn. It says culture assimilation is a process in which minority group of culture comes to resemble copy, right? So if the so-called white man say this is gonna be a rain day, that is make some shit up. That's what Jacob starts celebrating, and he'll say it's a rain day, right? This madness, right? So this place here, man, is it's off the chain. So you have to deprogram yourself, right? You have to not celebrate these traditions, right? Not get into these celebrations. You have to free yourself. This stuff cannot affect you, right? And we know with most of our people, it is a tedious process to break away from these different spells because this is all they know. They don't know no other way. You ask one of these knuckleheads to name them the holy days that they're supposed to be all into, they can't name not one, right? So they go to show you that they don't know their culture because your culture comes with celebrations. It comes with a whole different way of life than this. It says deprogramming. So that's what you have to do when you come into the truth. You have to throw all that baggage, and I mean all of it, away that you was taught in any kind of organized religion, that you was taught in the world, that you was taught about somebody that had influence over you. It says deprogramming is a controversial tactic that seeks to dissuade someone from strongly held convictions such as religious beliefs. That's heavy. Let's go here. Deprogramming. So you have to deprogram and detox from Babylon, aka America, right? It says brainwashing, systematic effort to persuade non-believers to accept a certain allegiance, command, or doctrine. That's heavy. So you have to deprogram yourself, right? That's a part of being reborn. Let's go here. So going back, and I ain't got to go too deep into this Father Day madness, you know what I'm saying? But it's mimic after a so-called white person, right? These the people that had you in captivity and you copying them now, right? Let's go here. Romans 12 and 2. You got all these things going on in this world. This world is collapsing right before our eyes, and that's all Jake could worry about a fucking Father's Day, right? Romans 12 and 2. I love this scripture right here. It says, New Living Translation says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, this society, so you can get it. But let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Right? So if you change the way you think, it's going to change the way you act, right? And it's going to change the way your emotions are triggered, but not tricked, right? We've been free from this matrix, this hellhole, this pit. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect, right? So let's go to the original context. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to have a new outlook, a new mindset, a mentality. You can't just have a new mentality, but it don't show in action, right? You have to have a separation from the world, and it's getting away from these celebrations that you've been taught. That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So that's what makes the Lord happy, right? For you to make a separation from the world. Let's go here. And Proverbs 3 and 31. Let me go to the KJV. Then I'm going to find this version that's heavy. It says, envy not the oppressor, right? So if you have an oppressor, you have people being oppressed, right? All you got to do is pop in the DVD of the Roots to understand who's being oppressed and who's the oppressor. It says, and choose none of his ways, right? So that means Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, none of this madness. Let me go to a better read on that. Right? So give me 1 second. Let me find this version right here, International Standard Version. It says, do at the very top, do not envy a violent man. Who's the violent man? Esau, Edom. He got all this land, this wealth, right? All these dainties of killing, stealing, destroying. He'll take your house and put you out your house and take all your stuff and then call you the bad guy when you come asking for your stuff back. What a devil. It says, do not emulate his lifestyle. Let's go to this word emulate. All right, emulate. All right, so it says imitate, copy, mimic. Well, there you go. Don't mimic, copy. You get it. Don't none of their ways, man. And that's why you have to be separate from the world because, again, if you separated from this world, you severed. This place has no impact on your emotions. We don't give a day. This is just another day to us, right? Another day of folly, right? But I didn't want to make this too long. Hopefully, this lesson was edifying. Call Halal Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahushai, Ba Hashem, Rachak Kodash. Shalom.